Edition of Sun News at Noon. I'm Stockton Myers.
And I'm Reagan Morse. Thanks for tuning in. At a city council meeting held on February 3rd, St. George Mayor Michelle Randall made a proclamation recognizing Black History Month. The Black Student Union at DSU, along with members of the DSU football team, were in attendance to receive the proclamation. I invite everyone to recognize and celebrate the diversity and character of our community and highlight the importance of sharing our culture, customs, and traditions with those around us throughout the year. The full proclamation can be found on the City of St. George Facebook page.
The month of February is Black History Month, and here is how DSU is celebrating it. DSU's art department is holding their annual Black History art exhibit in the North Plaza Art Gallery. They have collaborated with the Left of Center Art Gallery in Las Vegas to display art that honors and celebrates Black history. The exhibit is open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and will run through the end of February. DSU's Multicultural Inclusion Center is also holding events each week of the month to celebrate Black history. Next week, there is a poetry slam, February 15th, followed by a game night and trivia on February 17th. Both activities will be held in the Gardner Building.
Last night, DSU crowned Jose Torrell as the new Mr. Dixie 2022. Here, Kelsa Lundstedt with the highlights of the night.
Mr. Dixie was a success with 9 competitors in the crowning of our Mr. Dixie 2022. The guys competed in sportswear, talent, evening wear, and onstage questions. Everyone had great things to show the audience, and the audience loved all of it, from the karaoke to the dancing to the singing.
So, I need you to start singing the most impactful Disney song. Ready, set, go.
Let it go, let it go.
We spoke with last year's Mr. Dixie, Corey O'Bray.
You know, I think my favorite part was all of the camaraderie that comes with being Mr. Dixie. I think you get a lot of amazing connections on campus. Whether it's with students or faculty, they kind of recognize you throughout the year. It feels a little weird, but also at the same time, it's really an amazing experience overall.
Gus Brownsugar won Mr. Congeniality.
So I think the main reason I wanted to compete was because later this month, actually starting on the 28th, I'm pretty sure, is the student body general elections. And so apart from meeting and always having a good time at Mr. Dixie, because I did it my freshman year, like 3 years ago, it was a good way to kind of market myself and tell people, hey, like I can have fun too, you know? And so it's just a good time always. Mr. Dixie's always so fun. And just the bonus of having my name out there before elections. So for my talent, I sang Watermelon Sugar High by Harry Styles. And who doesn't love Harry Styles? I think of a song that like the crowd could sing along with me, because I feel like that's one of the ways I would gain the most energy is from the crowd. And that was just so awesome when, you know, I'd sing it and then they sang back. That to me was like just an awesome memory that I'll never forget, being a trailblazer here.
This year's winner was none other than Jose Torrell.
I did this last year, and it's a really fun tradition, and I think my friends they all wanted me to do it, and my friends were doing it too, so I was like, why not? My hope is just to inspire people to get out there and hopefully do a lot of great things with this title. Will you be my date to RetroCon?
The state of Utah has halted the use of rapid COVID tests at state testing facilities. Inaccuracies have been detected in GenBody rapid tests used across Utah. The state says that while the positive test results were accurate, the negative test results may be inaccurate. If you received a negative GenBody rapid test from the dates of February 2nd to the 6th, the state recommends you take a PCR COVID test.
Time to get jazzy. The 6th annual St. George Jazz Festival is happening this weekend. LP and the Vinyl will be performing at the Cox Performing Center on February 11th at 7:30 p.m. And on the 12th, John DeVerso will perform with the Rebel Jazz Band at 7:30 p.m. in the Cox Performing Arts Center. For tickets and pricing information, visit their website by scanning the QR code below.
Water damage and other bits of wear and tear are affecting the Health and Performance Building. The building is used by many students on campus, but DSU's facility management are in the process of performing some maintenance on the HPC. Some of the damage include a leak that has caused some discoloration on the roof, as well as stains on the track. The incline of the track that leads up to the roof of the building has multiple cuts in the turf that may be a tripping hazard. Facilities management is also working on repairing the equipment that have gone out of order, such as treadmills and step machines. A specific date as to when these repairs will be made has not been announced. To find out more, scan the QR code below to see the full story on our website.
Valentine's Day is just around the corner, so here's Madison DeWiggins with some inexpensive date ideas for you and your Valentine.
With Valentine's Day quickly approaching, here's 5 date ideas for you.
The first date idea is to go on a hike with friends, family, or a significant other. The second date idea was to have a friend or family game night to play video games or board games. The third date idea was to make different kinds of heart-shaped food. Here I made pancakes. To make this a complete meal, you can serve with bacon, eggs, and fruit. The fourth date idea was to have a picnic outside to enjoy the fresh air with a group of friends. And the final date idea was to have a virtual date through Teleparty for loved ones who may not be near on Valentine's Day. With Sun News, I'm Madison Dwiggins.
Okay, the picnic looks so much fun. I think that's what I want to do. That's my pick.
I went on a date one time where we actually did go on a picnic, but afterwards we went geocaching. But it was also geocaching with like a lot more like stakes involved. I can't go into personal details about it, but somebody lost some hair.
Interesting. Wow. I was not expecting that one.
High school is crazy, man.
Yeah, it really is.
Max Reagan and I did the ultimate burger taste test. Stay tuned to find out which burger is the best.
I take the road less traveled, run free, unwind, unravel someplace outside with lots to do. Green trees, red rocks, and don't forget that blue sky. The sunshine shining, sunshine pouring on me. Think I might just stay a while. Say hooray all day because the sun is gonna shine on me. Sun is gonna shine on me. So if you're looking for me, then you better look down where there's tall palm trees and shopping sprees. Sip my ties and don't forget that blue sky. The sunshine shining, sunshine pouring on me. Think I might just stay a while. Say hooray all day because the sun is gonna shine on me. Sun is gonna shine on me. Sun's gonna shine on me.
Welcome back. Today we have a very exciting segment and we are going to be burger tasting. This is a segment near and dear to my heart. We chose 3 different places from in town to test these burgers, and each of them are the standard cheeseburger from each place. So I chose Five Guys.
I chose Morty's.
And I chose The Habit.
All right, let's get into it. All right, first burger is Five Guys, my personal favorite. I feel like we just need to get into it.
Yeah.
What do you guys say?
Why
Yep.
is mine the most sloppy cut?
I made it that way for you. You told me you liked sloppy burgers.
That's what you get.
That too,
It tastes the same. Tastes the same. All right, are you guys ready?
Yes.
Okay.
I literally can't grab it.
Got to take the extra lettuce off this. Yikes.
This was the fastest one made. So we got this the quickest of all the burgers.
Okay.
You guys ready?
Yep.
Thoughts? Stockton?
The cheese is there.
Stockton loves cheese. Do you taste any mayo?
You know, is there mayo on this one?
I don't know.
I don't taste any mayo.
Okay,
no
okay.
You know.
Oh, there is
the-
mayo.
Oh, there is mayo.
Yep, there is
wow,
mayo.
Okay, so they really blended this one really well. You can taste the onions a little bit down the meats. Almost tastes like grass-fed beef. I don't know if that.
You know what? I think I've seen a sign
Yeah?
from Five Guys.
Okay.
Grass-fed.
Okay, you know, and it's it's really juicy, really cooked. All the again the onions, the juices are in there. A little bit of mayo.
What do you think of the pickles?
Not a big fan of pickles.
Okay.
Not a big fan of the tomato on there either.
All right, so vegetables.
So
Just no
a
vegetables.
little too much juice for me, but overall, not horrible.
What would you rate it? Oh, he's eating.
Yeah.
What would you rate it?
Well, the thing I like about Five Guys is that when you bite into it, it becomes a different state of matter. In other words, you take a bite of a solid and it turns into a liquid. And eventually it'll turn into a gas, but right now it's a liquid.
That's a
So I'll give it
very interesting observation.
Thank you, Bill Nye, for that.
Yeah. I needed that.
Bill Nye the Burger Guy. I'm sorry. 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10?
Oh, I love Five Guys. It's just Morty's is better.
Okay. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. I love Five Guys and I'm loyal. I think it was amazing. I loved all the vegetables on it. The meat, grass-fed, couldn't go wrong.
That's where I was gonna go as well. You know, I feel like whether it's grass-fed beef or not, just the taste, the flavoring, everything like
Just
that.
everything.
I'll give it a 8.94.
8.94.
Very specific. I like the
There we
initiative.
go. I like that one. All right.
Y'all ready for a real burger? It's Morty's time, baby. Simple cheeseburger. Has onions. I'm not used to the onions, but I think it'll be great. The patty is a lot more like flat, and it's more like the smash style. If you've ever been to Smash Burger, it's kind of like that. Ooh, yeah, look at that. Looks like very delicious vomit, but that's what a hamburger should really be like, in my opinion. So,
All right.
shall we?
We shall.
We shall. You can see the tomatoes.
This is way less messy than the Five Guys.
Oh,
Interesting.
I have tomatoes
That means anything.
seeping off of mine, so
I know you love that.
I'm gonna avoid that bite, but
Okay. First reaction, very doughy, the bread.
Really?
Yeah,
I like it.
it's a little too much for me, honestly. The rest of the burger is great though. The bread is a little much.
I think it's like a potato bread bun, basically. So potato bun. I personally love it, and also I love how thick cut the pickles are.
Interesting observation.
And also I feel like a smashed patty tends to you can stack more on it, and it's also easier to handle in some cases. Like the Five Guys burger was super good, but it was like an uncontrollable sloppy. This is like a controlled sloppy.
Max, how are you doing over there?
The bun is great.
I told you.
Are you gonna
Yeah.
eat the tomato?
Okay.
Be honest.
As you can see, I'm really trying to avoid the tomato here. It's not my favorite fruit, if you will, but the bun better than the Five Guys one we just had.
Really?
The meat I don't think is as good. Like this is a little too smashed for me.
Okay.
Right? Like I like my the meat's got to be thick and juicy, and me be able to bite it and take multiple bites before I swallow. This I can take one bite and swallow it. You know what I'm saying? So I guess for me, I'm not as filled up by a smash burger as I am a thicker burger at Five Guys.
Gotcha. Okay. Fair enough. I give it a 9 out of 10. I
know-
love the composition of vegetables with it too. And actually the red onions actually went really good with it. I liked it a lot.
You know what? I can't get past the bun. I think everything's great. I agree with Max on the meat. I think I like the Five Guys meat better.
Okay.
The vegetables and everything, really good. I like the thick cut pickles, as you had mentioned. But the bread is just very doughy. I feel like it's like flour in my mouth. And so I'm not a huge fan of that. So I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10.
I would argue it makes the bun makes it more part of the hamburger experience. Because do you remember the bun from Five Guys?
I do.
From 2 minutes ago.
Yeah,
You know what? Fair enough.
it happened recently.
Max?
Okay, for me, just to reiterate again, the bun very good. Like if we're just going buns, right? I'm giving that a 10 out of 10. When it comes to hamburger bun, I like really soft. Like you said, it's a little too doughy for you.
Yeah.
That's why I really love mine.
Okay.
But again, the meat takes a back seat to the bun in this case. Whereas on a hamburger, I want the meat to be driving the hamburger. You know what I'm saying? But the bun is driving the hamburger on this one.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why I got to give this an 8.13 instead of an
8.13.
8.94 like I gave Five Guys. Again, bun 10 out of 10, but the bun's driving this one. I need the meat to drive.
The bun should not be a backseat driver. Drive safely, kids.
So I chose the burger from Habit. I've never been there, I've never eaten there, but I've got a lot of great suggestions from friends. And I've learned 2 things from this burger from Habit is that 1, it's called a char burger, or as Reagan likes to call it, the char effect. And 2, the average person eats mayonnaise on their burgers. And this burger was dripping with mayonnaise. I don't eat mayonnaise on my hamburgers. This one has a ton, so we'll see how it goes. Yeah,
It's gonna be crazy for you.
it will be.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Yep. Okay, let's do this.
I'm here too.
It's good.
Nope.
What?
There's too much mayonnaise on this.
But what about the rest of the? What about the front seat driver? What about?
Again, meat has to drive it. Bun is in the passenger seat. Condiments sit in the back.
Yes. We've been through this.
Right. So on this burger,
So why are you letting the mayo take shotgun right now?
I'm not letting the mayo take shotgun. It's like, you know, that kid who like climbs over the front seat. That's the mayo on this hamburger right now.
Okay.
So the mayo's a little bit too controlling. You know, the tomato's actually fine on this hamburger. The pickles are a little much as well for me.
You know what? I love this burger. I love it. I think everything is great on it, but I don't know how to explain it. This burger is less expensive than the other two. We'll say that. And so I don't know if it's the bun or the meat, but it just doesn't taste as natural, but it's still good. It's like it's fast food, right? And so I like it. I mean, for a fast food burger, I think it's great.
Stockton,
Why-
yours is already
Yeah,
gone already.
And why are you looking like that?
I feel like I just sat through like a geology lecture because I'm bored. Like, it just tastes like an average burger. I don't know. Yeah, the bun's nice, but then
Yeah.
the meat isn't too special.
See, I'm right with you on the boring thing, because the meat isn't even close to being like the grass-fed stuff from Five Guys,
Yeah.
and the bun, like the char effect doesn't do anything for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'd much rather have a little more doughy, a little bit more like Morty's. So yeah, this one, you know, takes a backseat for me in the grand scheme of burger driving, if you
Right.
will.
No, absolutely.
I'm with you.
Like the car off of the SpongeBob movie.
Oh,
Where
absolutely. The
where
paddy wagon?
where the paddy wagon. Sir.
Sir.
All right, what are we rating it, boys?
What's the most boring number I can think of?
Oh my gosh.
6.
I'm gonna give this a solid 7.5 out of 10. I think it hit home for me. Like I said, just the quality, not really comparable to Five Guys or Morty's for that fact.
I've got to go with a 5.76 on this one. That and anything less than a 6, I will not purchase with my own money. So this is somewhere, you know, if
You heard it here first.
You know, if I am gonna go to the Habit, someone's paying for me, or I'm, you know, sipping on some Mountain Dew or some high seafood punch in the back, and while everybody else is eating, because this is not a burger I really spend that money on. Again, not a mayo guy with my hamburgers. The pickles were a little bit overpowering, but in my opinion, we've already shown there's 2 other burger places that are better.
All right, we tasted, and now it's time to come up with a final verdict. Mine has not changed. I am Five Guys stan forever. That's all I have to say. I love it. Not changing. What about you, Stockton?
Morty's, thou art a symphony. That is like a beautiful 80-piece orchestra mixed together with the perfect blend of vegetables, perfect amount of meat, and a doughy bun, which I appreciate. My choice is Morty's, without a doubt.
All right. Max?
I've learned a great thing today, that I will not be spending any money at the Habit. And it's great, and you know, it's great to have that kind of knowledge in life, kind of know where you want to go, what you want to do with things, and I know to avoid that place as a burger shop. So I gotta be with you, Reagan. I'm with Five Guys as well, because again, to beat a dead horse on this broadcast, the meat is the driver
meat is
of the
the driver.
hamburger. That was the best meat out of the 3, in my opinion.
Case closed. There you have it. Five Guys for the win.
Five Guys for the win.
There we go. Thanks for joining.
Meat, take the wheel.
After the break, we have Max with sports.
I take the road less traveled, run free, unwind, unravel someplace outside with lots to do. Green trees, red rocks, and don't forget that blue sky. The sunshine shining, sunshine pouring on me. Think I might just stay a while. sunshine, shining sunshine, pouring on me. Think I might just stay a while. Say hooray all day because the sun is gonna shine on me. Sun is gonna shine on me. Sun is gonna shine on me.
Welcome back, Trailblazers. Let's jump right into this week's DSU athletics. Last Wednesday was National Signing Day for many high school football players around the country. The Trailblazers were able to have signees up and down the West Coast, but were able to keep some local talent home as well. Fastito Otai Marley Sagapolu was signed as a defensive lineman from Crimson Cliffs High School. Logan Mendenhall was signed as a safety from Snow Canyon High School. Bronson Barbin was signed as a quarterback from Dixie High School. And Eric Olson was signed as a tight end from Desert Hills High School. They will all look to help the Trailblazers improve in the near future. After winning 3 basketball games in a row, the men's basketball is now on a losing streak after a 2-game stint in the Lone Star State. The Trailblazers faced off against Sam Houston State last Thursday, losing by a score of 77-53. DSU only had 2 players score in double figures, with Hunter Schofield putting in 15 points and Dancel Later adding another 12. The team as a whole struggled to find their offensive rhythm, as they only shot 29% from the field and 19% from 3. The landslide continued 2 days later with another loss to Stephen F. Austin. The Trailblazers gave up almost 50 points in the second half as they fell to the Lumberjacks 81-52. Dancel Later and Cam Gooden were the only ones in double figures, while Schofield was head to single digits for only the 5th time in 23 games. DSU will look to right the ship tonight at 7 p.m. against New Mexico State in the Burns Arena, and Saturday at 7 p.m. against Grand Canyon University. Women's basketball had another 2-game losing streak at home this past week, as they dropped both games to Sam Houston State and Stephen F. Austin. The game against the Bearcats last Thursday got out of hand early, but the Lady Trailblazers turned it into a thriller. Let's jump right to the fourth quarter, where the Bearcats have a 16-point lead, driving in, making it look easy, blowing kisses to the Trailblazers. But then the comeback ensues. We have Davidson to Brianna Gillum at the top of the key. Bang! That's part of our 13-0 run for the Blazers in the fourth quarter. But with 2 minutes left, the Bearcats go down the lane, put in that bucket to go up by 3 points. But we come back. Brianna Gillum to Emily Isaacson. Another 3. Bang! Coach Gustin's fired up. The team's fired up. The Blazers are ready to go. Then we have Isaacson to Davison. Could have been and one, but the ref swallowed her whistle. Brianna Gillum comes back, puts in another one, and we go to overtime. The teams are going back and forth, shot after shot. Davison puts up a 3. Bang! She'll end up fouling out in overtime. And eventually, the Bearcats drive in with 4 seconds left and hit that layup that you just saw to seal the deal and the loss for the Trailblazers as they lose an overtime thriller, 74-72. They fought hard, they played well down the stretch, but the comeback just wasn't enough. The next game against the Lady Jacks was a different story. Stephen F. Austin led the game almost wire to wire as they pulled away from DSU in the third quarter, outscoring them 24-8. The Lady Trailblazers shot 40% from the field and 30% from the three-point line, but they had 29 turnovers against the only undefeated team in the WAC. Emily Isaacson had 18 points to lead DSU in scoring in the 81-54 loss. The Lady Trailblazers will play New Mexico State tonight on the road and will play Saturday at Grand Canyon University. Women's tennis continues to struggle as they took their 5th straight loss to open the season. The Lady Trailblazers took on BYU in Provo last Saturday as they fell to the Cougars 7-0. DSU has played some stiff competition so far as they matched up against University of Utah twice, played against BYU. Their match against Boise State was eventually canceled. They have a match against Utah State tomorrow at 11 a.m. at the Trailblazer tennis courts. They will look to turn the tide and find some points against the Aggies tomorrow morning. Records continue to be broken. At the Weber State Indoor Invitational last weekend, women's track and field set 3 more school records. Morgan Callens broke the high jump record with a mark of 1.49 meters. Addie Wyatt broke the 800-meter record with by more than 11 seconds with a 2-minute, 28-second finish. And Grace McLaughlin set the record for the mile run, finishing with a time of 5 minutes and 12 seconds. That was 23 seconds faster than the old record. Ashton Guhula and Rashana Gibson both tied for first place in the 55 meters with a time of 7.26 seconds. This was the program's first ever victory of an indoor track event. The Lady Trailblazers will compete in the WAC Indoor Championships on February 18th and 19th. Okay, you guys, this weekend we have Super Bowl Sunday coming up, of course, and it's the Bengals and the Rams. I think the Rams are favored by 4.5 points. Personally, me, I want the Bengals to win, but again, the Rams are favored. So even if you guys don't have a team in the race or a horse in the race, if you will, who are you guys picking?
I'm picking the Rams. I'm going with Stafford all the way. I mean, he was in Detroit for too long and did not get the support he needed. And now he has the team, he has the coaching, and he's here and he's ready. And I'm excited to watch him.
I'm going to pick the Bengals because it's fun to say.
That's fair. That's fair. Valentine's Day is coming up on Monday, which means love is in the air and the aisles at the store are filled with candy. Let's take a look at the most popular candy in each state. Looks like we got Utah with Hershey Kisses.
Which I gotta say is really boring. As someone who's a Utah-born man, I think that we could do better.
You know, I've never liked Hershey Kisses from when I was little, and so that's not something I'll be eating on Valentine's Day.
Come on, guys. Chocolate is chocolate.
Chocolate is chocolate, but chocolate is better with peanut butter, in my opinion.
I agree.
I would agree with that. I would agree with that.
What about Michigan? What about your state, Reagan?
Assorted chocolate heart. Interesting pick. Probably not my own pick, but it's something. It's chocolate.
Again, a little too much chocolate for me. For me, when I eat my candy, I'm more of a fruit guy, you know. Fruit snacks, Twizzlers, Mike and Ike's, that's kind of my thing.
Absolutely. I'm not a big fan of the assorted chocolate heart just because I don't like the ones that get like really like bitter chocolate with like dark jelly. I'm not a big fan of that.
And that's this week's edition of Sun News at Noon.
We will see you here next week. Same time, same place.
Have a great week, Trailblazers.